Hello everyone, this is Archana here. I will be making a series of Zoom calls and short videos over a period of time. We will have many faces from the industry come by and speak to us and help us and give us pointers as to how we can improve our profile by adding more value to our skills. Value addition is something very important where learning never stops. So we will be working on how we can up our skills, upgrade ourselves, reskill ourselves, which helps us grab better opportunities in the industry. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be a housewife, you could be somebody who's venturing into a new startup, you could be somebody already in a job and looking for a new profile altogether. This video is for you. I thought consumer industry is something which is very vast, very huge, very big, and it's always going to be, and people want to make their future in this area. So why not speak about what all we can do to upskill ourselves so that we stand out from the rest in the crowd? So today I have with me Mr. Zubair Sheikh. He is basically been into the hospitality industry for more than a decade now. He's a dear friend. I've known him from a long time now, and he heads the loyalty sales expert in a five-star hotel here in India. And he has won many five-star awards to his credit over the years. So we will have Zubair Sheikh speak to you about different things that you can take into account now that you're home and tap on them. So, hello Zubair, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. That was a great introduction. Thank you, Archana, for having me here today.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you so much for coming by and extending this to us and helping people out. Thank you so much. So, to begin with, I would request you to help us understand when we are talking about the hospitality sector. What
Mhm.
are the different skills you're looking forward to have in a candidate where they will never miss an opportunity to be a part of your team?
I think in the loyalty industry, as it's more customer centric and more of where we require a lot of kind of proactiveness. So I think there are a lot of skills which is being very important. Primarily, I think it would be time management, it would be positive attitude, it would be product knowledge. But what, according to me personally, as a priority, what I believe in certain my personal way of working. So I think customer experience, bringing customer experience would be a great a skill to have in the coming years. So when I tell about customer experience, there are a lot of confusion or kind of dilemma that people have between customer service and customer experience. Now, both of them are different. So to just give a little bit more about customer service and experience, let me tell you. So customer service is something which is a reactive approach. So when and maybe giving example of hospitality, so when a guest checks in, we give a call to a guest that how is your stay going and hope everything is fine. Maybe we look up to maybe the stay goes good for you. We see you at breakfast tomorrow. That's kind of a reactive approach. But when I speak about customer experience, it is far more bigger and ahead of that, which is a kind of proactive approach. So in proactiveness, it is more about going in details. So before a guest check-in, if we are able to understand his need, which kind of rooms he require, what would be his preferences, and if you're able to take that, and if you're able to kind of give him that kind of service, that will turn from a guest or a client, whichever industry it can be, customer service and customer experience. If we get more of people from customer service to customer experience, our industry,
Absolutely.
our brand can be going to a next level.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we understand that loyalty management is a big thing in itself, and it can really win hearts of the customer today, and this is one thing we all need to work on. First of all, having a customer to you and the retention of that customer. I think this is a valid and a very wonderful point that you have bring in for people to, introspect on. Tell me, Zubair, what exactly you think is, loyalty management? I think this is one area most of the graduates from the hospitality industry, they come from a different vision altogether. But I think loyalty management is something really great. So what is it exactly, the types, and what are the things people really need to work on?
Loyalty, if I have to say, loyalty is a broad spectrum. So as we have heard about it, loyalty cannot be earned in one day. it requires time. It may require a week, it may require a year. But to be very honest, I have very special my loyalty members who know me from a decade now, and they have been attached with me wherever I go, wherever I work, and it can be a professional, it can be a personal approach as well. So I think loyalty is a broad spectrum, and as we all know, that people don't buy for logical reasons; people buy for emotional reasons. And
Yeah.
loyalty is all about that, connecting emotionally. That is something which is more about loyalty. So loyalty has various segments. So it can be a customer loyalty, that is B2C, where you connect to the customers directly. There is channel loyalty, which is B2B. So that is morely for you have traders, retailers, or any company, for example, a big company which is into, for example, let's say a FMCG company, which cannot directly connect to the consumers directly. So they have a channel loyalty which has a lot of traders in between them. So that kind of loyalty is called a channel loyalty for B2B. There is something called as employee loyalty as well. The company and the HR take cares of the loyalty in terms of how the employee is faring in the company. So they are the major three branches we can say, or three segments of loyalty.
Okay. Lovely. I think that is something, I'm sure this has been quite an eye opener for everyone to understand that these are the also areas where you need to concentrate on and work on skills that bring you in the limelight, make you understand, because after all, it's all about how you treat your customer. So if you have these things very clear in your mind, there is nothing that can hold you back in making a consumer happy. In fact, I feel troubleshooting is an area which gets neglected, and don't you think that troubleshooting is one area which should also be there in the mind when we are interacting? Because there are reasons that you just surprise, customers do surprise us, and they come our way. So do you think there is something that the children today, the students or professionals today can work on to?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think with the growing need and with the growing member base of various programs across the world, I think the members are also asking for more and more. And many a times, what happens is that there are certain things which we cannot offer as part of a process or SOP. But then we all have to understand we cannot say a no to a customer. We all have to be, in a very affirmative way, have to handle any situation. So giving an example of a hospitality, which I normally with my team follow. So for example, if a guest comes to a hotel and sits in a restaurant, now the guest is from Dubai, and he comes and asks us, can you have me a baklava? Baklava is a sweet which is more kind of in Dubai, you get a sweet called baklava. Now in
Right.
India, if a guest comes and asks me in a restaurant that, do we have a baklava? I need to have a baklava. Now the first reaction can be no. That could be a straight away reaction. But then what we follow, that I personally do, is giving an option. So saying an affirmative way, giving an option. So what we do is that we tell uh, Mr. Kapoor, baklava is a great dish, and we can, of course, because you've come today, give us a time, we will definitely make it for you. But today we have Indian jalebi with rabdi we can serve you, and trust me, this also tastes amazing. I think you should try it. So what we have done here is we have given him an option. So what we can do is that for the generation to come, and of course the students, it is very important that you write down all the services point by point, one, two, three, four. And if you have to say a no, you delete the word no. There should not be anything in customer service like no. You should tell them, here's what we can do. You should have all the options available. Instead of saying a no, you should say, here's what we can do, and give an option.
Absolutely lovely, lovely. This is an act, I think, something which is very, very apt in today's industry. Tell me one thing, Zubair. What do you think? What do you think hospitality? I mean, the future of this industry. What do you think? Professionals can look forward to in this industry.
So I was reading a beautiful article a couple of months back, and this was just COVID-19, and there are a lot of articles coming post COVID-19 as well about the loyalty ahead of various industries. It can be hospitality, it can be FMCG, it can be retail. I think loyalty is going to be a game changer, because I think loyalty is something which can be, as it's an emotional connect, it is directly connected to consumer. So I think when I was reading a small survey done by one of the companies, it said by 2030, out of 10 houses, 7 houses will have a loyalty program. So
Yeah.
out of every 10 houses in the world, 7 will have a loyalty program of various channel. It can be a B2C, it can be B2B, it can be a hotel program, it can be an airline program, it can be a retail program, a shop stop, MX card, various. So it's a huge industry. Out of 10, 7 will be having a loyalty program. So I think it has a huge prospect. The companies which does not have a loyalty so far, I think it's a great chance COVID-19, post COVID-19, making a loyalty program coming up and taking the advantage that it has to offer.
Absolutely. I think, I mean, like we were discussing, I was discussing with Zubair, and he came up with one of the options where people, just to retain the consumer and make them really happy and stay with you for a longer time. There are a lot many measures companies are adopting today. And these are the things we need to think out of the box and bring in more and more new ideas, novel ideas, so that, the retention of the consumer is one thing that should be on your mind all the time. Great, Zubair. What else would you like to add? How would you like to sum up this beautiful conversation? Things that people professional need to work on. Give us few pointers in just a quick thing about it.
There are a lot of people asking me that this COVID-19 has actually taken us way behind, and things are getting difficult for various industries, and how we're going to cope it up. So I always give them a very, very small example, a small story that I actually would like to sum it up. So I am sure we all have kind somewhere heard about this story of Eagle, the famous rebirth of Eagle.
Yes.
So if I tell you, the eagle has a total lifespan of 70 years. But to reach that 70 years, at the age of 40 years, the eagle has to take a very, very tough decision. So at the age of 40 years, the eagles becomes cannot fly too high because of their heavy talons and the kind of they cannot fly high. So normally they have to go sit around to break their tents. They have to break their talons till the time they come up. They have to wait for the new feathers to come up, and they have to take this pain by doing by themselves by putting up them against the rocks. So once the new feather comes up, which is not that heavy because before 40 years the feathers were very happy, very heavy. So once the new feathers comes in, once the new talons comes in, they actually take the famous rebirth, the flight of the famous rebirth, and they live for another 30 years. So if you relate that to today's scenario, today I would say that all of us 40 years are completed today. Now all of us individual who brush our skills, who kind of develop and who have been proactive, like what which I said about customer experience, and it can be various skills of developing our education, our skills, our mindset, keeping our mindset positive. And if we learn from this story, this gap that we've got 40 days or 60 days can take us to a next famous, our famous rebirth for the next kind of challenging time that we have.
Lovely. I think this was a beautiful story. I'm sure we all need to learn from that. Eagle, I think, giving new feathers and, waiting for the feathers to develop and take the flight again. I think this is something really beautiful. Thank you so much, Zubair. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for sparing your time with us. And we will stay in touch. I'm sure we'll have you once again and have to speak about different areas that can help people and make them more comfortable and help them, give them more pointers on to how they can improve their skills. Thank you so much for coming over. Thank you, Zubair.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Ajay. Thank you.
Thank you. So this was Zubair Sheikh for you. I will be, posting his LinkedIn profile here. So you can actually visit his profile, understand what he's doing. If you have any queries, you can definitely reach out to him, connect with him, understand how you can still work on your skills and make a life for yourself in this area. And as he very rightly said, we should not feel at any point in time discouraged. take inspiration from the story he told us. The eagle, you know, actually broke their own feathers and waited for the new feathers to come in so that they can go as high as possible. I think this is something beautiful. This is something really beautiful, and then we can definitely make a difference. We need to work on our skills right now, prepare ourselves, and I'm sure we can take a beautiful flight. So wishing you all a very best. Stay healthy, stay home, and keep connecting with people, keep helping people, and grow together.